channel. Currently in our area, 51 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. High 68. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 53. Winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, cloudy. High 70. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Elevated fire weather conditions continue to grip southeastern portions of Arizona, where flames are feeding on hot, dry, and windy conditions. The bushfire that's burning just northeast of Phoenix is just 5% contained. So far, it's burned more than 104,000 acres in an area that's equivalent in the size to the city of Detroit. Meanwhile, more than 700 firefighters, they're battling the Bighorn fire that's northwest of Tucson, and they're making progress. That fire now about 40% contained there. But boy, I tell you, it's a rough time in parts of the Southwest. A number of fires that continue to burn in those zones, and really no help on the way in terms of any kind of wet weather. Look at all the active fires. Now, these are just the Arizona fires. We just talked about the bushfire as well, over 100,000 acres there, just 5% contained. You got the Magnum fire, the Bighorn fire, and the Brigham fire, all again that are very much still in jeopardy here of not being contained very much. So we need some help. Firefighters need it, and we don't see too much happening out there. It's pretty cool. You can actually see these fires on the satellite view. This is yesterday what it looked like here, the visible satellite, and you can see the red circles within those. You see those plumes of kind of white areas. Yeah, those are the smoke from the fires that are burning. Pretty impressive how you can see that from up in space. All right, so when we talk about all the active fires that are greater than 100 acres, now there are others that are smaller than that, but these are all the large fires, 45 across the U.S., and you can see most of those here concentrated here in the western part of the country, over 300,000 acres being burned. That stretches from parts of the northern Rockies all the way down into parts of the Southwest. Now through tomorrow, we do have fire alerts, red flag warnings in place here for you, parts of California, including around the Sacramento area, and a fire weather watch as you slide east to places like Durango there into Colorado. And we talked about parts of Arizona and New Mexico for that matter, where the fire potential is in the elevated zone here for today. Drought conditions, we do have that in place in parts of the west, and again we need some rain to sneak its way on in. But yeah, look at the next 7 days. The rainfall concentrated in the middle of the country. Now, there are some fires burning there, so some good news, but we could use it in parts of the Southwest where none is expected over the next several days. Well, how about taking a look at this? A pretty impressive view of some clouds billowing up into the sky. Yeah, wildfires can actually burn hot enough to create these. It's time-lapse video of a Pyrocumulus cloud spawned by the bushfire earlier this week. Just an incredible situation showing up there. Now, there's actually a science behind how that hot air and smoke can create these mushroom-shaped clouds. Here's how. Have you ever seen puffy cotton ball-like clouds towering over a raging firestorm? They're called Pyrocumulus clouds, which are actually created by the fire itself. Pyro, the Latin word for fire. Wildfires give off a lot of hot, moist air, and strong upward-moving air currents carry water vapor and ash up into the atmosphere, where it can cool and turn into a thunderstorm. Particles can be carried 10 miles into the atmosphere. While these types of clouds can produce rain that can quench a fire, they can also produce a downdraft or lightning that can actually spread wildfires. Pyrocumulus clouds may be pretty to look at, but can be quite a hazard during wildfire season. Well, let's head down to the Midwest, and that's where air quality is actually dropping as temperatures rise. Chi-Town, just one city that is under an air quality alert until midnight tonight. Today's forecast getting up into the 80s, but flirting with the 90s as we work our way into the weekend. So heat plus air quality issues, yeah, that is not a good combination by any stretch of the imagination. And it's not just Chicago. We've got the southwestern portions of lower Michigan,